Hey traders, just want to look at Bitcoin, daily update, whatever, and just kind of talk about what's happened. Something significant occurred yesterday, all right, when we hit 94.66, what was it? 94.77, all right, when we did that, from your major all-time high, right, discernible swing high, to the low, December 15th, 2018 low, actually officially hit that 38% retrace. All right, that is the beginning of the golden zone. You know that if you watch the show. You know how Fibonacci works, right? So this is the golden zone between the 38% retrace and the 62% retrace. All right, hitting that, when you hit each fib node, you're looking for price action reversal to the downside since this whole move was down, right? So, but when you reverse your price action in each fib node, you don't necessarily just dump to lower prices. But you do expect to see reversal in price action, and then you wait to see where we, stall out. And the thing is, we have an upsloping channel that we're in. You can clearly see it. 8.1 and 2 and 3. Even on the daily, it looks pretty good, right? Because normally we're looking at this on the 4-hour, the 60-minute, and just showing a little red, and like this. I mean, right after touching it, man, how amazing! All right. So going back to the 4-hour chart, a little bit cleaner. No fibs there. All right. Kind of something's going on is we're showing divergence, bearish divergence. A high on price, and then you're hitting like the same high with lower levels of relative strength. So that's really, we've seen that before. We saw it here, right? High on price, slightly higher high on price, about the same. Bearish divergence, right? Even though at this point it happened so fast, it was really tough to. This was that crazy day, right, where everyone got wrecked, like shorts and longs, okay, because of the big move, violent moves. And then before, right, where we peaked, then we sold off a little bit, like we sold off a little bit here. Then we rallied and made, unfortunately, a lower high than the previous high. And we had that divergence going on, right? And then we sold off. But then it's okay. We're in the uptrend, so we rallied again. Didn't get much higher before selling off again, showing more divergence, right? And the cycle continues. So here we are with divergence, somehow pivoting above 9,000. Really what we're doing at this time is you can see, all right, a couple wicks there, a few wicks, right? Just a little support that we manufacture. We kind of double bottomed off of it, all right? And currently we're right at the wick, this old wick from May 30th that we're holding on to. So there is a little bit of support we're holding. If you don't hold this, man, you know where you're going, right? I mean, chances are you're probably going down to 8,500, all right? Which really, again, it might hurt people who FOMO'd, but it's not really going to hurt the trend, that's for sure. Plenty of room to run on the downside. I mean, my God, until your trend is in jeopardy, we're looking at like 8,300. So you fall down here, you're still going to be near, the bottom of the trend, but you'll still be in it, and you'll still be above critical old overhead resistance. 8,500, extremely important. So there is room to run to the downside without having to worry, okay, if it did happen. All right. The only people that be worrying about this are people that bought in the past, like, I don't know, man, week or something. Everyone else is cool, man. So yeah, it's not another realm of possibility we could sell off. We were showing 60-minute bearish divergence with that little high and tight flag. Fortunately, it just didn't go the way, I mean, these patterns are so small. Like, our example was Bulkowski, but his example that looked identical to this was on the daily. All right, he also probably wasn't showing bearish divergence on the 60-minute chart as discussed. Right, high on price, slightly higher high, about the same high on price, lower levels of positive Momo and relative strength. All right, so now we got different time scales with divergence, right? The 4-hour and the 60-minute. So yeah, we sold off, and hey man, you can go either way, right? We even showed the measure move both ways. Measure moves down at, I think, 8,700. So didn't quite get there. We got about halfway there. Again, very small pattern. So the smaller these patterns are, I mean, the less reliable they're going to be. That's why, 4-hour is so good, man. Because on the 4-hour, you can't even really make a pattern out of it, okay? So maybe what could happen is we're developing a new pivot point to create a, like 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, and it could just be some upsloping flag we're developing. I don't know yet. Okay, let's get some more data. But let it be noted for the record, there is bearish divergence on the RSI on the 4-hour, and there's bearish divergence on the 60-minute. on both oscillators, and on the daily we have hit a 38% retrace perfectly. That we finally touched the golden zone from all-time highs. That is stupendous, and that's been a target for a long time since this rally really began. You always expect the golden retrace, but we'll see if we can get deeper within that golden retrace, maybe hit a 50% retrace or 62% retrace. So 50% is at 11,425, and then the 62% retrace, which is the golden retrace itself, is at 13,374 area. Okay, so all right, man, lots of resistance above us. We're hitting one, and just above the 382 is all kinds of overhead resistance looking left. All right, back from April and May of 2018. All right, not going to be easy to crack that. Just like it wasn't that easy to crack this, we stalled there for a while before eventually getting out and running to the next, we're in the midst of still running, trying to get to those areas. And then, of course, on the weekly, right, looking at all time scales in this video, the weekly we just recently bullishly engulfed. And again, ran up, hit the 382, and have just pulled back, still in the green, still tons of positive momentum. There's no divergence technically yet, all right? And remember the stat on the weekly, 20-week, 50-week bullish crossover, the last time that happened was in 2015, all right? And, that was, the last time this crossed over was the beginning of the bull run that went from 2015 all the way to 19,989 December of 2017, all right? So, if you enjoyed this little update on Bitcoin, please hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Leave a comment in the description below. I'll see y'all live in just a little while. So until then, respect the TA.